Hello students, myself Vidyulata Sukhavasi, working as an assistant professor in CRC department in Vignan's deemed to be university. So in discrete mathematics, today we are going to learn about relations. So in today's class, we are going to cover the concepts of relation, properties of relations, operations of relations, and how we are going to represent relations. So now in these concepts, first we will discuss what is a relation. So here in general, the relationship between elements of sets, already we have known the concept of sets. So here the relationship exists between the sets will also be represented as a relation. So here that relation exists, we can say that the relationship exists between a program and variables is also called as a relationship. To connect the pairs of cities, we are connecting the airline flights with a network. So this is also called as a relationship in general. But here when coming to the relation definition in case of discrete mathematics, so how we are going to say that it is a relation means, here the relation means a relationship between elements of two sets. So already we have seen that a relation exists between elements of sets. So here in two sets, what is the relationship means the ordered pairs which we are going to use. The ordered pairs are called as a relationship elements between those two sets. So here the ordered pairs are the main thing here. So here the ordered pairs which are made up of two related elements. Two related elements means the ordered pair is nothing but we are going to represent it as A comma B. So this is an ordered pair combination. So here the set of these ordered pairs will be represented in a relation R. That relation will be called as a binary relation. So here the sets of ordered pairs are called as binary relations. So here we have already said that the combination of ordered pairs are called as binary relations. So how we are going to represent that relation means with the help of Cartesian product. So how we are going to represent that Cartesian product? Suppose take A and B as two sets. So this A and B are the two sets. Already we have seen this A and B as two sets. So what is the relation between those two sets, or how we are going to represent the relation between those two sets? Means with the help of this ordered pair representation A comma B. So here this A cross B will be called as A cross B, and that is named as a Cartesian product. So already we have known how we are going to represent the Cartesian product in the concept of sets. So here based on that concept only we are going to represent the relation. So here A cross B is called as a Cartesian product, and how we are going to represent that Cartesian product means the first element of the ordered pair belongs to the set A. And the second element of the ordered pair belongs to the second set element. So here A will come from the set A, and the second element in the ordered pair comes from the second set B. So with the help of this, first we need to represent the Cartesian product of a relation. Next we will see an example for a relation. So here we have taken two sets A and B. Here A represents the set of students in your school and B represents set of courses. In between these two sets, how we are going to represent the relation between A and B? So see here, between A and B we are going to represent the relation as R, and that relation will be represented in case of flower braces, and the ordered pair we are going to represent from these two sets. And the condition which we are going to take is A belongs to A and B belongs to B. So this symbol will be called as belongs to. That means the element A belongs to set A and element B belongs to set B. So from this example we can say that A is enrolled in course B. We are representing the ordered pair as A comma B, and that notation will be called from this example as A is the student who is enrolled in course B. We will get the information of the course details that the particular student is enrolled. So this is the relation exists in between these two sets. So now these are the three representations. We can check whether that particular ordered pair exists in the relation or not. So here this is the first notation. So that means if that particular ordered pair A comma B belongs to that relation R, then we can say that A is related to B, and we can write simply the notation as A and B are in relation R. If A comma B ordered pair is not belongs to R, then we can call it as A is not related to B, and we will represent it as A and B are not in the relation R. So here not in relation means we are representing it as A, B, and the relation is not exist in between the two elements. And the third notation which we are going to use. So here in these two cases we have seen that the ordered pair is present in the relation or not. If A set and B set are both same, that means we have only one single set and we need to establish the relation in that particular set. So how we are going to represent means if both A and B sets are same, that means we have only one set, that is A. So how we are going to represent the relation means relation will be built with only one set, that is the relation comes from the single set, that is A. So here A cross A means we are going to build the Cartesian product of A only. Cartesian product which comes from A set only. So that is both. If suppose A equal to 1, 2, 3 is the set, again we need to take the A set A equal to 1, 2, 3, and between these two sets we need to build the Cartesian product, that is A cross A. So here we have seen three conditions. So if A and B are two sets, we will have two conditions, that is the ordered pair exists in the relation, and another case is if ordered pair does not exist in the relation R. And another case is if we have only one set, that is A, and we need to find the Cartesian product of A cross A, and then it is called as it exists in the relation R, that is it belongs to R. So these are the three conditions we are going to check in relations. Now how we are calculating domain and range for the given relation R. So here these are the two terms which we are going to find from the given relation R. So we will get the problem that find the domain and range of the given relation R. So how we are going to find means here the domain of relation means the elements of ordered pairs which belong to the relation R. From R only we are going to take. So how we are going to take, we will see in the example. The denotation which we are going to represent domain is domain of R. And for range we are going to take the denotation as RAN of R. And here how we are going to calculate the domain and range for the given relation R means, see the example. So here we have a set A equal to 1, 2, 3 and the second set as B equal to X, Y, Z. So and they have mentioned a relation as R equal to 1 comma Y, 1 comma Z, 3 comma Y. These are the ordered pairs we have in the given relation R. So from this sets and relation, how we are going to calculate the domain and range? Here domain means the first element exists in the ordered pairs. The domain of the relation R means the first element which exists in the first element of the ordered pair will comes in the part of domain. So that is, see here. So what are the elements in the first part we have in the ordered pair? That is 1 and 3. So already we have 1. So at least 1, if it is a repetition means we can take it as only one time. So 1 and 3 comes in the first element part in the ordered pair combination. So now range. So how we are going to represent the range from the given relation R means the second element which belong to the relation R, that element will be taken as in the range. So what is the second element in the ordered pair? Y and Z are the elements which we get in the relation R. So now these are the domain elements for the given relation R and these are the range elements for the given relation R. That means domain means the first element which exists in the relation R will comes under domain, and in range the second element which exists in the ordered pair comes under range. See here, based on this we have represented the domain of R as 1, 3. So 1 and 3 are the first elements. So the domain of R is 1, 3 and the range of the given relation R is Y and Z. So this is the second element which exists in the relation R, that comes under range. So this is another example which we are going to check for relations. So in previous example we have seen how we are going to calculate the domain and range of the given relation R. So in these examples we are going to check the relation exist or not. So see here, they have given A set as 1, 2, 3, 4 and here what we are going to check in the given relation R is which ordered pairs are in the relation R. So here they have given a condition in the relation. So based on that, which ordered pairs exist in the relation R. So see here, A comma B is the ordered pair representation. So here we need to represent the relation R, that is in flower braces, we need to represent the ordered pairs which satisfy this condition A divides B. So here A divides B means what is the condition we are going to take or check. So here A divides B means the condition which we are going to check is B by A. That means the A element is going to divide the B element. So only those elements or ordered pairs which we are going to consider in the relation R, and other ordered pairs we are not going to consider. So how we are going to find the Cartesian product? First means A cross A we need to find. A cross A means A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and again we are considering another set as A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So how we are going to find the Cartesian product of these two sets? Means the first element of the first set 1 with all the elements of the second set. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3 and 1, 4. With 1 we have completed all the combinations, and next with second element we need to take all the combinations 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4 and next with 3 we need to take 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4 and next with 4 combinations 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. So these are the ordered pairs exist in the Cartesian product of A cross A. So now this is the relation R. But here, what is the relation we need to take? The condition which we are going to take from this A cross A, this condition it should satisfy. Only the ordered pairs exist in the relation R with the condition A divides B. That is only B by A. That means the ordered pairs which satisfy this condition will exist in the given relation R. So now check 1 comma 1, that is this is the element A and this is the element B. So here 1 by 1, that means 1 by 1, 1 divides 1, that means the condition is satisfying. So this ordered pair will exist in the relation R. And now 1 comma 2, that means 2 by 1, that means the 2 element will be divided by 1. So this ordered pair exists. Next 1 comma 3, 3 divided by 1. So this ordered pair will exist. Next 1 comma 4 will exist since B by A, that is 4 by 1 will be divided by 1. So now see here 2 comma 1, that is 1 by 2. Whether it will be divided by 1? No. So this ordered pair will not exist in the relation R. Next 2 comma 2. So 2 divided by 2. So this will be divided. So this ordered pair exists in the relation R. 3 by 2. That means the 3 number is divided by 2? No. So this will not be exist in the relation R. So 2 comma 4. That means 4 will be divided by 2. So this ordered pair will exist. Next 3 comma 1. So B value 1 is not divisible by 3. So this will not exist. So 3 comma 2. This will also not exist in the relation in the given relation R. Next 3 comma 3. This will exist in the relation R. And here 3 comma 4. Since B by A, that is 4 by 3, it is also not divisible. Next 4 by 1. 4 by 1 is also not divisible with the condition. And now see here 4 comma 2, that is 2 by 4. So this will not also be divided by this condition, that is 2 will not be divided by 4. So this will not exist in the relation R. And now 4 comma 3, that is 3 divided by 4. This will also not be divided. So this will not be exist in the relation R. So 4 comma 4, that is 4 by 4. The condition is satisfied. So this will be exist in the relation R. So whatever the ordered pairs which satisfy the condition, only those ordered pairs exist in the relation R. Otherwise those ordered pairs will not exist in the relation R. So based on this, these are the ordered pairs which they are going to satisfy this condition, that is A comma B. That means the ordered pairs which satisfy this condition will exist in the relation R. Otherwise those ordered pairs will not exist in the relation R. So see the next example. This is the second example. So here in this example, we are going to check whether these ordered pairs exist in which relation. So here we have 6 types of relations. So see here in this example, we are going to check which ordered pairs comes under this relation R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 and R6. So here by satisfying this condition, see here only these ordered pairs 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 2 are satisfying the relation R1. So how we are going to say only those ordered pairs will satisfy? Means 1 comma 1, that is 1 less than or equal to 1. So this condition we are going to check for these ordered pairs 1 less than or equal to 1. That means the condition is satisfying. So this ordered pair will comes under this relation R1. So 1 comma 2, that is 1 less than or equal to 2. So that is the condition is satisfying. So this ordered pair will exist. Next 2 comma 2. So here 2 less than or equal to 2. 2 less than or equal to 2. So here also the condition is satisfying. So why we are saying only these ordered pairs comes under this relation? So check the remaining ordered pairs 2 comma 1, that is 2 less than or equal to 1. That means 2 we all know that 2 is greater than 1, but here they have mentioned the condition as 2 less than or equal to 1. That means the condition is wrong. So that ordered pair will not exist in the relation R1. Now check 1 comma minus 1. So 1 is less than or equal to minus 1. So here 1 is greater than minus 1, But here they have mentioned that 1 is less than or equal to minus 1. That's why since the condition is wrong, this ordered pair also not exist in the relation R1. So now see here, 2 comma 2 already exist. So we have seen only 3 ordered pairs exist in the relation R1 and the remaining ordered pairs will not exist in the relation R1. In the same way, we need to check for all these relations for all these ordered pairs. So based on this, only 2 comma 1 and 1 comma minus 1 ordered pairs are only satisfying this R2 relation. So y means 2 comma 1, that is 2 greater than 1. So condition is satisfying, so this ordered pair will exist in the relation R2 and these are the ordered pairs exist in the relation R1 and 1 comma minus 1. So 1 is greater than minus 1. That means the condition is satisfying, that ordered pair will exist. In the same way, the remaining ordered pair, check once, 1 comma 1 is not exist in the relation R2. We are saying that 1 comma 1 is not exist in the relation R2. Y means 1 greater than 1. So here the both elements we are comparing are same. So this will not be true to check the condition. So that's why this 1 comma 1 will not exist in the relation R2. And next 1 comma 2, 1 is greater than 2. Already we know that 2 is greater than 1. So the condition is not satisfying here, this will not exist. And next 2 comma 2, both elements are same. So this is not exist in the relation R. So next, what are the ordered pairs which are satisfying the R3 relation? Only 1 1, 1 comma minus 1, 2 comma 2 are satisfying the condition. So only those ordered pairs exist in the relation R3. And here in R4, A equal to B condition, that means whatever the elements which have both the elements as common, only those ordered pairs exist in the relation R4. And next, in R5 relation, only 2 comma 1 will be satisfying. So here see, the condition is A equal to B plus 1. That means when you take the A value and when you add the B plus 1 value, you should get that ordered pair. Then only those ordered pairs will exist in the relation R. So see here, take this example, A equal to B plus 1, that is A value is 2 and B value is 1, that is 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. That means the A element and B element are same here, A equal to B plus 1. So here A element, when you take A element and when you do B plus 1, that should be same as the first element, that is A. Only 2 comma 1 ordered pair is satisfying the given condition. Check another 1 comma 1, that is 1 equal to 1 plus 1. That means it is equal to 1 equal to 2. That means both the elements are not equal. So this ordered pair will not exist in the relation R. In the same way, we need to check all the ordered pairs which are in the given problem. And next, R6. What are the ordered pairs which are satisfying the relation R6? So these are the ordered pairs which are satisfying the condition R6. That is the condition is A plus B less than or equal to 3. So here see, for this ordered pair, 1 plus A element is 1 and B element is also 1. 1 plus 1 less than or equal to 3. That means 2 less than or equal to 3. So since 2 is less than 3, the condition is going to satisfy. So only this ordered pair is coming. Next 1 comma 2, that is 1 plus A plus B we are doing, that is 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, less than or equal to 3. So the condition is satisfying, only that ordered pair is coming. In the same way these two. So here what are the ordered pairs which we are not getting in the relation R6? Those are 2 comma 2 only. So why we are saying only 2 comma 2? So see here, if you substitute the values A comma B in this condition, 2 plus 2 less than or equal to 3. So here 2 plus 2 means 4, 4 less than or equal to 3. So we know that 4 is greater than 3, but here the condition is not satisfying. So this condition, this ordered pair will not come under R6 relation. So now Next concept what we are going to cover in this is properties of relations. So what are the properties we are going to apply for a relation? So these are the properties we are going to apply for the relation. So we have 6 properties. First one is reflexive, symmetric, antisymmetric, transitive, asymmetric and irreflexive. So these are the 6 properties we are going to check for the given relation R. So they will mention a problem, that is they will give a relation. We need to check whether the given relation is satisfying the particular property or not. The first one is a reflexive property. So here how we are going to check the reflexive means, the condition which we are going to check is if A comma A belongs to R, then we can say that it is satisfying reflexive property. So here A comma A, that means this ordered pair, the form of the ordered pair should be A comma A. That means the first element in the ordered pair and the second element in the ordered pair should be same. Then only those ordered pairs exist in the relation R, then only we can say that the given relation R is reflexive. So see here, if suppose we have a set like this, A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. From this set, what are the reflexive ordered pairs we will get from this set? That is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4. So these are the reflexive pairs for the set A. So here if the relation does not contain any element in this ordered pairs, that means suppose 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4, all 4 pairs exist in the relation R, then we can directly say it is satisfying reflexive property. Suppose if the relation contains 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, only these 3 ordered pairs we have and we doesn't have 4 comma 4 ordered pair in the relation R, then we will not say that it is satisfying reflexive property. Why means the 4 comma 4 ordered pair is missing. 4 comma 4 is missing. So that relation will not be called as a reflexive property relation. So whenever we are checking the reflexive property, the ordered pair should be in the form of A comma A and all the elements which are exist in the set A, that is A belongs to A. That means every element should be in a set A. That means all the set elements which exist in the A should be in the form of A comma A. Then only we can say that it is a reflexive property. Otherwise we are not saying it as reflexive. Along with that reflexive ordered pairs, other elements will be also there, but whatever the elements in the set A equal to 1, 2, 3, that means whatever the set elements, those set elements all should be present in the relation R in the form of A comma A. Then only the given relation R will satisfy the reflexive property. Otherwise we will not say that it is reflexive. And the graphical representation which we are going to use to represent the reflexive is loop form. So we will discuss in the representation of relations. So we will discuss these representations in detail in case of representation of relations. So as of now you remember that the node which we are going to take in the representation will be filled with dot, and that dot will be represented as a loop in the graph. So for representing reflexive in graphs, we are going to use a loop representation which is pointing towards itself. So now see the second property, that is symmetric property. So in symmetric, how we are going to check means if B comma A belongs to R whenever A comma B belongs to R. So how we are saying this form is, suppose if A comma B is in relation R That means take an example. If 1 comma 2 is in relation R, then B comma A is also belongs to R. That means 2 comma 1 should also be present in the relation R. So how we are going to say is, if the condition A comma B is there, B comma A will also be there in the relation R. So suppose if we are checking 1 comma 2. So if 1 comma 2 is in relation R means 2 comma 1 should also present in relation R. Then only we can say that it is symmetric property. So you can understand in a better way when you see the examples for these properties. In graphs, how we are going to represent the symmetric property. So here why we have taken x and y. We have seen the definition with the terms of A and B. And here we are taking x and y also. Y means in the terms of x comma y or in the terms of A comma B, we can represent the ordered pairs. That means we can take A comma B or we can represent it as x comma y. Any representation we can use. So see here, we have taken two nodes, that is x and y are the two nodes. So see here how we are going to represent the symmetric in case of graphs. Means from x to y we are going to represent. That means here this arrow indicates the path representation which is moving from x to y and then from y to x. If both paths are mentioned, then only we can say that it is symmetric. So see here, in symmetric we can also call it as a parallel representation, parallel path representation in case of graphs. That means two-way direction paths will be mentioned in the case of graphs, in case of symmetric property. We will discuss in detail in the case of representation of relations. And the next property is antisymmetric property. So here in antisymmetric, what are the conditions we are going to check is, first case is if A comma B belongs to relation R, and here we need to check and. That means both A comma B belongs to R and B comma A belongs to R. Along with these two conditions, A equal to B condition satisfied. Then only we can say that it is antisymmetric. Otherwise, we will not say it as a antisymmetric. That means 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1 should be there, and along with this 1 comma 1 also should be there in the relation R. Then only we can say that it is antisymmetric. Otherwise, we will not say it as a antisymmetric. And in other case, we can say that if 1 comma 2 exists in the relation and 2 comma 1 also exist in the relation, then x not equal to y. That means if it is not equal also, we can say that in some cases it is antisymmetric. The main condition which we are going to check for antisymmetric is A comma B belongs to R and B comma A belongs to R. Along with that, if A equal to B, then we can say that it is antisymmetric. See here, this is a transitive property which we are going to check whether the given relation R satisfies transitive or not. So here, for checking the transitive property, these two conditions should be satisfied. A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R. Then the resultant will be A comma C belongs to R. That means the common element which exists in both the ordered pairs will be removed, and the first element of the first ordered pair and second element of the second ordered pair will be taken into the consideration. Then if three ordered pairs exist in the relation R, then we can say that it is satisfying transitive property. Otherwise, we will not take into consideration. And see here, the relation R is transitive if and only if for A, B, C belongs to A. So here A is the element, B is the element, C is the element which comes from the set A, and those elements should satisfy this condition. That is A comma B belongs to R, it should be satisfied. B comma C belongs to R. That means these two ordered pairs should exist in the relation, and along with these two ordered pairs A comma C should also be there in the relation R. Then only we can say that the given relation satisfying transitive property. Next property, that is asymmetric. So how we are going to check asymmetric means it is nothing but the opposite of symmetric property. That is, if A comma B belongs to relation R, then B comma A should not belong to relation R. So that means if 1 comma 2 exists in the relation R means 2 comma 1 should not be there in the relation R. Then we can say that it is satisfying asymmetric property. So in some cases we are going to check this condition in case of antisymmetric also. Next, irreflexive. Irreflexive means it is opposite of reflexive property. So opposite of reflexive means the reflexive. What is reflexive? How we are going to check whether the relation satisfies reflexive property? If A comma A form exists in the relation R, it is reflexive. Irreflexive means it is opposite of reflexive. That is, A comma A does not belongs to relation R, then we can say that it is irreflexive property. So these are the examples which we are going to check for the given properties, whether the given relations are satisfying the given properties or not. So for these relations, we need to check whether the relations are reflexive or not. That means, so here R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 and R6 are the 6 relations which given in the problem. And now from these 6 relations, so we need to find which of the ordered pairs are satisfying reflexive property. So now see here, reflexive means what is the condition we need to check? That is A comma A belongs to relation R. So here A comma A should represent in R, and also this A will be for all A belongs to capital A. A comma A belongs to R and for all A belongs to capital A. That means for every element in A should be there in the relation R. Then only we can say that it is reflexive. See here, 1 comma 1. 1 comma 1 which comes from the set A, and then 1 comma 2. So first mainly which we are going to check in reflexive property is, so for the given set 1, 2, 3, 4, what are the reflexive pairs? 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4. Whether these 4 ordered pairs are present in the given relation or not. If these 4 ordered pairs present in the given relation, then we can directly say it is satisfying reflexive property. Otherwise, it is not satisfying the reflexive property. See here, 1 comma 1 is there, 2 comma 2 is there, 4 comma 4 is there. But 3 comma 3 is not in the relation R1. That's why R1 is not satisfying the reflexive property. Next, see R2. Here also only 1 comma 1 is present, and remaining 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4 are not in the relation R2. That means this relation is also not satisfying the property reflexive. Next, check R3. Here 1 comma 1 is there, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4. That means R3 will exist is satisfying the reflexive property. Next, check for R4. Here no ordered pair. That means the form reflexive ordered pair is not present in the R4 relation. That's why this is also not satisfying the reflexive property. Now check R5. 1 comma 1 is there, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4. So all 4 elements which are in the set are available in the relation R5. So this is satisfying reflexive property. Next, R6. So here no ordered pair present. 3, 4 is there, but here no reflexive pair is there. So this R6 is also not satisfying the reflexive property. So based on this, finally R3 is satisfying and then R5 is satisfying. Only these two relations are satisfying the reflexive property. Since the reflexive pairs are not in those relations, they are not satisfying the reflexive property. Otherwise, we can say that only R3 and R5 are satisfying the reflexive properties. So these are the reflexive ordered pair relations for the given problem.